nice and high up on the grass, right? If you have a lie like this and you're trying to hit it up, it's too easy to then hit the club. If you open the face, slide directly below it and leave it right here. So therefore, you'd want to square the face off and then take a little swing, and oops, didn't hit hard enough, but you'll still pop it up in the air. Right? If you look at this next lie, you'll see that it's sitting way down and I actually stepped it into its own divot. So it'll give it just a touch of grass underneath it, sitting low. Here, you want to get the ball up quickly so it jumps over that grass. So you can open the club face and then have the club slide below it. Okay, make sense? There's one other big change from the bump and run. In the bump and run, the club stays very shallow the whole time. We're trying to keep the ball low. Here, because we're trying to get the ball up, the club's going to come steeper in the air and steeper down behind the ball. Right? What that does is actually going to allow the loft to do its job more effectively, pop it up, and give it a little bit of extra spin. All right? Make sense?
On the more lofted shot like that, do you pick the club up right away, or do you take it back a little bit and then pick it up, or?
So there's always,
depends?
Yeah, it always depends. If there's something like right there where you have to kind of like use all hands, there are situations where that would be appropriate. Generally speaking, I still like to use my upper body to turn. So I'll start with my shoulders just like I do in my full swing, then let the wrists hinge, and then as I come down, again, I'll turn the body through and let the club kind of feel like you're casting it underneath. Right? Because that lets the club...
You do have a weight shift though.
Oh, I wouldn't call it, I mean, yes. So kind of going into the technical side, and we'll cut this out of the video because you're never... Is every single golf swing always has a weight shift. If you were to put balance points underneath your feet that measure the amount of pressure on each side, just moving my hand over here, I just had a weight shift. Technically that percentage changed. So weight shift I always found is one of those really confusing topics, because if I'm here, right, my head stays perfectly stationary, then I swing to the top, almost all of my body is now directly over my right side. I didn't shift it. I didn't say, oh, I want to move to my right and then move to my left. By just rotating your shoulders, I'm on my right, now I'm on my left, right? So there is some weight movement, but it's not a conscious thing. Right? Does that answer your question? Is that clear? All right, so what we're gonna do with this shot is we're gonna kind of put you in a row right along here. Everyone grab a couple handfuls of balls, right? And the first 5, I want it to sit up nice and tall on the top. You're gonna set up with a square club face, right? You'll open your stance a little bit just like you did. We're just gonna go for the flag, a little bit further, so we're not trying to just barely dump it over. We're gonna play for the middle of the green, right? And just take it back and sweep, and let the loft do all the work. Just turn back and turn through, and just pick it off the top with a nice square face so that the club doesn't slide below it. All right, so we're gonna grab 5 or 6 balls, spread out.